it is the politics driving this, not the engineering and the economics. And to put a layman's spin on it, when you talk about that making it the cheapest for the renewable energy companies rather than consumers, this plan effectively throws in the transmission lines. It throws them in at tens of billions of dollars, perhaps $100 billion around the country for consumers to pay for, but they're really there for the benefit of those renewable energy companies.
And when you look at things such as distributed batteries, rooftop solar, upgrades to distribution lines, big projects like Snowy 2.0, these are not costed into the plan. And so on one hand, Labor waves this thing around saying, look, it's going to be cheaper. But at the end of the day, we all know, because we're the ones who pay our bills at home, bills keep going up, and there's a reason behind it. And it's because Labor is waving this thing around, knowing full well it does not account for the costs that Australians have to pay, Chris.
Yeah, and Lord knows what's going to happen to energy security, reliability this summer and next summer. We've already had problems so early in this summer. Adi Patterson is another terrific expert that I've interviewed many times. He used to run Australia's nuclear energy organisation. He's the former CEO of that. He's a nuclear scientist, an engineer, nuclear engineer. Here's what he said today with Kieran Gilbert about the prospects of our energy grid looking after us into the future.
We've lost the plot because we're trying to pursue renewables, not low carbon energy, and we're doing it in a way that compromises the fundamental integrity of the electricity grid.
That's it in a nutshell, Ted O'Brien. How can you formulate a plan to fix this should you get back into government in a year and a half?
Well, I think it's to come at this, Chris, from a very different angle. Instead of coming at this politically, setting a target based on absolutely nothing and hoping to God somebody like the operator can throw together a mix of technologies to make it work. Instead, we need to be driven by economics and engineering so that we actually have a total system cost planned for the Australian grid. That means a balanced mix of technologies, each technology doing what it's best doing on that grid. Which also means we need to consider all types of technology, not just the technologies we've got today, but next generation technologies, including zero emissions nuclear energy.
Just finally and quickly, Ted, does that mean that if you were to come into government, you would order the CSIRO and AEMO to reformulate, recalculate, redo the Gen Cost report and the integrated system plan with all costs and all options on the table?
So, Chris, while we're yet to announce our policy, there's three things I would say that Labor should be doing today, not waiting till we're in office. One, put consumers at the centre, not investors. Two, take a total system cost approach, use that methodology. And three, engage with the engineers and the economists who actually know how the grid works. If they did those three things, Australia could start turning this mess around immediately rather than just waiting for the coalition to come into power to fix the damn mess.
That would be handy. Thanks for joining us, Ted, and thanks for your support throughout the year. We'll catch you in 2024. Ted O'Brien there, the Shadow Minister for Climate and Energy.